Hi everybody, welcome back. We're on the last Raw's War of December of 97. Last week we had guest Booker Gummy. We're back to solo this week. Someone did request on the forum, actually, for the diary, to check out around the world, see how companies are going, specifically WCW at this time. So we're going to jump on over there and check out their last month of shows here. We just quickly click on Feds and go down to World Championship Wrestling. Click on View Profile, and you can see here all their current going-ons. We are going to go to History, I believe. Yes. So these are the shows they've ran so far this year. Their first Nitro of the year pulled. I don't have a rating for the TV, but they did sell out. They had a show rating of 84, which is pretty good. I believe they are doing better than us right now. I believe that was probably carried through the angles, which you see are high, while their main event didn't do very well. Saturday night being their beach show, just got some of their younger guys on there. Their second Nitro did not do as well, 79. They had lower rated angles there, kind of brought down the show a bit. Then last week's Nitro was an 80, pretty decent. Again, probably carried on the back of their angles that they run. Have Rick? I'm guessing that their United States title is floating because they have Ric Flair winning that, so that's probably why that is. And then the double main event there of Luger going over Savage and Hogan going over Piper. It's kind of a difficult position where they're at. I don't see them using Bret Hart yet. I'm not sure. Oh, there he is. Right there. He's in an angle between him and Piper brawled. So there's that. They currently are national second. I believe we are first, if that's the case. Let's see what they have. A prestige of 85, momentum's 89. Let's go ahead and look at their size here. You can see their numbers across the board here. They have over 65 in 8 different regions, so that's good for them. To reach the next size, I think it's 71% in 8 regions, as well as national size in another country. The only thing I wish they would do is explain. They could show which country each of their importance is. Once you get up to like a national size, you can maybe have little, like, the question mark boxes here next to each one, so we would know which ones would be going there. So there's that. And then we'll just pop over to Company Wars real quick. We are number 1. WCW, of course, number 2. We have New Japan at number 3 and All Japan at number 4. And we go down to Mexico for 5 with AAA and 6 with CMLL. Quick history lesson of wrestling. CMLL is the oldest active company in the world today. I believe, I couldn't tell you exactly when they were founded, but they started as EMLL, and then sometime, I believe in the late 80s, they switched over to the CMLL. They have been running for years out of Mexico City. AAA started in the 90s with Antonio Pena, I believe is how you pronounce his name. I'm not Spanish speaking. But him and Conan actually started that company, and through them they actually started getting some of the luchadors. They did a pay-per-view, a joint pay-per-view with WCW, I believe, and then they also started getting booked with their guys up in ECW. That's how guys like Rey Mysterio got over and then went to WCW, as well as when Conan went there, he brought in a lot of the guys like La Parka and El Dandy and such. So, there's a little random history lesson of the day. Sorry about that. I was downloading the new patch for TEW that I'll be installing here after I finish this episode. That was what that little thing was. As you can see here, little shocker. I bought out Omega, so I now have Jeff and Matt Hardy on my roster. I shouldn't have showed you that, but I'm waiting for them to sign written contracts so that I can then send them out to development. So there's a little future for you guys. I do have Matt and Jeff Hardy. Will they be wrestling as Matt and Jeff Hardy? That's for me to know and you to find out. So we'll see where that leads to. But tonight we are now going to be booking Raw's War, and let's see how this goes tonight. We're been picked to run out of the Mid-South region in Oklahoma, so we'll have some fun with that. Maybe we can put JR in an angle. Probably not. I'm not as cool as Vince McMahon. So as always, we have Instance. Jack Lawns is one of our road agents, so these should be good. Terry Funk just took Devon Dudley under his wing as a protege, so that's going to be pretty interesting there. And now it's on to booking. I hope you guys have been well. I recorded the episode with Gummy probably about 3 weeks ago, so I haven't recorded any new episodes for a while. As you've noticed, we started doing a little bit something different this last week on Monday morning / Sunday night. Whenever I happened to get the videos up, we did start doing a board game series with Flux was our first one. We have a few other games on deck for that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you've watched it, if you haven't, check it out. It's always a lot of fun to go ahead and play some different stuff that we haven't played before, and we're just looking of how to spread out, do some different stuff. I just noticed in this picture, if you look at Thrasher's beard, that's a very interesting goatee there. I never noticed that before until just now. Yeah, we're wanting to be a little bit of everything. I have some stuff in works, talking to some other people about maybe helping us out and doing some videos of theirs as well. A lot of stuff up in the air right now that we're just working on. We have the board games, we have some other stuff that we're talking about doing. Gummy has his artwork that he's doing. I hope you guys have been checking that out because he's really good at doing what he does. You can always learn some stuff there. I believe I mentioned in the Flux video, we have about 30 some odd subscribers right now. I'd really like to see that keep growing. You guys don't comment very much, but I would like to be able to get more feedback from you guys, seeing what you're liking and not liking, what you'd like to see more of, any ideas you have, because we're always open for ideas and what we can be doing different or better to help it grow a little bit. Eventually we'd like to be able to get to the point where we can have a website and host a lot of different stuff. We have a few ideas for radio serials and stuff like that we've talked about, kind of doing like some TV show, not TV show, but radio shows, kind of like in a scripted, episodic type that we'd be interested in doing. But we'll see how it works out. Just building my main event to the Royal Rumble is going to be Austin and HBK. So yeah, we'll go ahead and try that, see how that works. That will be our main event, and then again we'll have the Royal Rumble there as well, so that the Royal Rumble actual main event, and then Austin and Michaels will be the semi-main, as I believe that the Royal Rumble should always be the end of the Rumble, not the beginning or in the middle of it somewhere. So yeah. And sorry, like I said, it's been a few weeks since I played this one, so I'm just trying to remember who I have with me here in my little stable. Alright, there's that. I have my ideas of where I'm going with it, but it's always good to refresh myself since I haven't played in a while. I believe I have a WCW game I've been playing from I think it's in the 94 mod. I hope if any of you have come to this game not from the forum, from Grey Dog Software, I'd recommend you check it out once again at greydogsoftware.com/forum. Scroll down to the TEW. Well, there's the general section if you're new to the game, to get some answers to questions that you might have, but always scroll down to the subsection for TEW13 to the dynasties to check out my dynasty, as well as many other ones I always recommend. The Final Countdowns, WWF, the Golden Age, and beyond, as well as Richardo's side diary that's running as the NWA multiplayer game. Really good stuff going on there. So yeah, but also in the mod sections, we're going to find stuff like this, the Gennadi's 97 mod, as well as several others that are always good. So yeah, recommend checking those out. Just finishing up here, getting myself over by letting people run in for me and win some matches that way. Um, yeah, you guys really haven't commented much. No one's really commented in the diary. I do have a prediction contest going on currently where if you can accurately guess the winner of the Royal Rumble as well as whether or not they will win the main event of WrestleMania, you'll get a prize. What that prize is, um, let's do. Actually, we'll come up on the fly right now with the prize. You can choose one person for me to hire, or if I've already hired them, you can choose whether or not they. Well, actually, I've already hired them and they're in development right now. You can choose, if you choose them, then they can be pulled out of development right away, and you can kind of choose uh, if I'm going to be putting them over right away or letting them build. So that is your incentive, and hopefully you guys will want to play along. I always like the predictions. I don't always do well. I actually only think I'm predicting in the two divers I mentioned, which are Richardo's and the Final Countdowns. Last year, I actually read the future of Final Countdown because he was not going to pick Ted DiBiase to win the King of the Ring, let alone for him to beat Hogan at SummerSlam for the title, but he did that, and now we're coming up. He just passed the King of the Ring in his diary, which Ricky Steamboat won that, which was not my prediction this year, so I'm not doing as well as I did before, but I'm having a lot of fun following along. He writes really well. He had a really long-running Ring of Honor diary that he did for the 2012 edition, and I definitely recommend checking him out if you get a chance. So we're just putting our card together. This will probably be my last match for the lower end of the card, and then we'll start doing our main event stuff here in a second. And like all of our matches here for Raven's Nest, this will of course be won by interference. We'll have Kane. No, we'll have myself running on this one and take out Doug Furnace, allowing Christian to get the pin. And we'll actually move that back a little bit. And then we'll add an angle. They're warning me that I don't have enough angles, but I was planning to do one right now anyway. So, and Shawn and Triple H are going to take out Steve Austin. Now, those of you who are coming in on this is their first episode, if you don't know about 97, this is right after Bret Hart was basically did a screw job on him and took him out. Had HBK put him in a sharpshooter at Survivor Series. They rang the bell. Bret Hart was on his way out of the company, but didn't want to drop the title. So there was a lot of politics involved at the time. So that's kind of where we're at, trying to build from that and see where this all goes. Let's see here. We do have this right here going with the Rock and Ken Shamrock. So we'll actually have Ken Shamrock be in a match. Now sometimes you guys might think that I just do this randomly. That's kind of true. I do. Wait, I don't want to have to do that. Except for my plans for like specific things, I do kind of book on the fly. It's just kind of how I've always done things. It allows for me. I feel more free when I do that. Just allows me kind of just to do my own thing and not really have to worry about it. Other people, they like to do their own, like have every single thing planned out. They have data sheets and everything that they're following. I don't really get that in depth to it, but to each their own. We all have our own styles, so I can't knock them. I hope they don't knock me if they've watched this video. If I ever find out that someone that I'm a huge fan of watches my video, that would be like a great thing for me, but I'm doubting that they do. Whatever. I just do my own thing, have fun doing it, and hope that other people enjoy it as well. And hopefully we keep getting more subscribers and more people watching, so we can bring more fun stuff to you. The more you watch, the more we can provide. Right now we're doing 3 a week. I hope to at some point get to 3 a day. That's my long-term goal there. Actually, sorry, I just got a little freeze up there. That does happen from time to time. This game is not very resource heavy, but at times it just kind of can get bogged down. Things happen, you know. With all the stuff we have open and running to record and all that, you know, just occasionally things are going to get bogged down. You do what you can, you know, try and not get it too bad, but myself and Raven are going to beat down on The Undertaker, which is the major feud for Kane right now. And then 25 minutes left for the main event. Someone commented on my first video that 25 minutes was long for a main event. I agree, but it's how I like to see things. I think the main event of the evening should be the most important match, and so should be given a wide breadth of the show. And you know, not everyone agrees, but it's how I book. If I had my own company, I'd book the same way. That's just how I do things, you know. And so it was 25 minutes, so we'll book at 25. This is a rematch from In Your House, and it did really well then, so let's hope that it does well for the TV. Alright, we're going to have VX go over this time. And slow build, open match, and then this is the Attitude Era. If you don't like all the interference, go watch 2 episodes of Raw's War from that time and tell me that they didn't have just as much. It was kind of how things happened back then. And people complain now about how all this interference and everything for today, but it was worse back then. And I believe that's the show. So let's run it, see how we did, and then I'll see you guys next time after that. Well, that's no fun. Aguila and Taka don't click, so I'll have to find someone better for him to face for his title. That was our pre-show though, so it doesn't really matter. We have Deli Boys debuting against the DOA. Awful match devoid of heat. That's always good, but I'm going to put that more on DOA and less on the Dudleys. Again, not so good, but I think we can work with what we got here. And this was the opening of the show, so Steve Austin did work the crowd well, using the freedom to improvise to his advantage. That's always good. That's good to know. Marlena, I stuck Marlena with Ahmed Johnson recently, and they do have good chemistry, so that's good. And let's see here. I was penalized for hard drugs habit. That's good to know. Yeah, Sean's getting penalized left and right for hard drugs and drinking. Austin's getting penalized for drinking. That's just one of my things that bugs me about most mods. I just don't think people understand the lifestyle stats very much, and they kind of go overboard. There's more helpful hints on this in this iteration that Adam Ryland really explained how that works more. So I really think anyone updating a mod from a previous one should really pay attention and kind of reevaluate their whole mod, using the question marks to really understand the basis of everything better. It's not a knock really on modders so much as just not them understanding. And I would just say, you know, just check it out, the question marks, and rebalance accordingly. I don't mod. I can't have the patience for it. Sorry. So I can't really, I don't have room to talk, but, you know, just my 2 cents there. That wasn't so good there. Marrow and Shamrock didn't click, but, you know, we'll see how that works. That was pretty good semi-main there. Kind of a throwaway match. Mankind, Jeff Jarrett. You know, give them something to do there. And that was us beating down. I performed poorly in that segment. That's not good. But we still did pretty decent in the rating, so that works. And we had a really good main event. So let's see how this all carried over. We had an 82. That's good. We increased our popularity. That's always good. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good week.